2:17 a.m., the exact time Emily woke up suddenly. And she heard someone whisper her name from beneath the floor. She slowly sat up in bed, trying to understand what she had just heard. The voice sounded weak but clear, like someone trapped somewhere below. Emily's heart started beating faster in the dark, silent room. The whisper came again, softer but more desperate this time. It sounded like someone calling her from under the house. But there was a terrifying problem. Emily's house didn't have a basement. At least that's what the landlord had told her when she moved in. This story happened in Ohio, USA in the winter of 2019. Emily Parker had just rented a small house near the woods. The house was old and surrounded by tall, dark trees. At night, the area became completely silent. For the first 2 nights, everything felt normal. Emily slept peacefully without any strange disturbance. But on the 3rd night, something changed. Emily woke up suddenly at exactly 2 a.m. She didn't hear any loud noise in the house, but she felt like someone was standing nearby watching her. Emily slowly looked around her dark bedroom. Nothing seemed out of place. Trying to calm herself, she got out of bed quietly. Then she walked toward the hallway. Emily turned on the hallway light. The light flickered for a moment before glowing steadily. Everything looked normal at first. But then a strange sound echoed through the house. Knock! 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 The sound was coming from beneath the floorboards. Emily froze instantly. Her eyes slowly moved down toward the wooden floor. The knocking continued slowly. It sounded like someone trapped underground. Then the knocking suddenly changed. It turned into a slow scratching sound. It sounded like fingernails scraping against wood. Emily felt a cold chill run through her body. With shaking hands, she grabbed her phone. She started recording the disturbing sound. The scratching continued for several seconds. Then it suddenly stopped. Emily replayed the recording immediately. At first, she only heard the scratching noise. But after a few seconds, something else appeared in the audio. A faint whisper hidden beneath the sound. The whisper was extremely quiet, but the words were clear enough to understand. The voice softly said her name. Then it whispered something horrifying. "Emily, let me out." Emily dropped the phone in shock. The next morning, she called the landlord immediately. She explained everything that happened during the night. The landlord arrived about an hour later. He looked unusually nervous. Emily played the recording for him. His face slowly turned pale. For a few seconds he said nothing. Then he stared at the floor in silence. Finally he spoke in a quiet voice. "This house used to have a basement." Emily felt fear tightening in her chest. She stared at him in disbelief. The landlord continued speaking slowly. "But it was sealed shut 15 years ago." Emily asked him why it was sealed. The landlord hesitated before answering. He looked around nervously inside the house. Then he lowered his voice. "A man disappeared down there. No one ever found him." That night, Emily decided she couldn't stay there anymore. She started packing her bags quickly. The house felt darker and colder than before. Even the silence felt heavy and unnatural. Just before she walked out of the house, she heard the knocking again. Knock, knock, knock. This time it was much louder. Emily stood frozen in the hallway. Her heart was pounding violently. Then the whisper returned again. But this time it sounded clearer. The voice slowly spoke from beneath the floor. "Emily, you found me." Emily ran out of the house without looking back. She never returned to that place again. Later, the police inspected the house carefully. They removed the wooden floorboards. Underneath the floor, they discovered something terrifying. There really was a sealed basement door. But the most disturbing detail shocked everyone. The door had fresh scratch marks. The scratches looked recent and desperate, and they were coming from the inside.